I'm Dr. Meg. This is Dr. Carroll from Chiropractic Family Wellness Center at Oasis Wellness Partners in Scarborough, Maine. And today we want to talk about a topic that some of you may have heard of or thought of or been exposed to without even knowing it. And it's the idea of chiropractic having a bad rap. You know, why is it not really as well thought of as other forms of maybe more traditional medicine? There is a history there that very few people are aware of, unless you're a chiropractor like we are, that explains why there's this sort of deep embedded idea of chiropractic not quite being good enough or not quite really being legitimate. And it started back in the 1960s. Chiropractic began in 1895 and grew very quickly because it works. And people were getting better. And people who were failing with their medical doctors were going to chiropractors and getting better results and getting healthy and recovering. Medical practitioners and medical doctors and medical organizations started seeing chiropractic as a threat. And so the first organization that actually did something about it was in Iowa. The Iowa Medical Organization started a definitive policy that they would not refer to chiropractors, that they would, basically their goal was to undermine chiropractic. And the AMA nationally took that on as one of their organizing principles. They had principle 3 was you weren't allowed to associate with chiropractors, you weren't allowed to refer to chiropractors. It was against the rules of the AMA. Up until 1983, so for decades, the AMA labeled chiropractic an unscientific cult. That was how they labeled it. Members of the AMA were not allowed to associate in any way with chiropractors.
In terms of the idea of the science of chiropractic, and as Dr. Meg said, the idea that it's not scientific as a medical model might be, when you look at the statistics for medical school versus chiropractic school, we actually as chiropractors have over 2,400 hours in the 5-year program that we do. And in medical school, there's 2,000 hours. So they are more than, in terms of science and study, in terms of the body and how the science of the body works. So even in terms of that, and back then in the days when this was all going on, the science is there, the proof is there. But it was a problem because, as Dr. Meg said, things were changing for people and they weren't getting better, but with chiropractic they were.
A chiropractor named Chester Wilkes in 1976 decided to do something about it, and he brought a suit against the AMA for antitrust under their Sherman Antitrust Act. And the first trial, they didn't prevail, but they appealed, and at the second trial, there was a permanent injunction against the AMA to stop them from conspiring to contain and eliminate chiropractic. And that was obviously successful. Both the AMA has since then, 3 times they've petitioned the US Supreme Court to hear the case again and try to appeal it and try to get a different ruling happening. And the last time was in 1992, and they failed every single time because they don't have the basis for it. We do have more scientific study than medical doctors. It isn't an unscientific cult. It gets results, and I think finally now that medical doctors understand that it's not a threat to them, because we have a different approach to health and healing than medical doctors do, and we can coexist and we can actually help each other. And I think the doctors who are graduating now from medical school have more of an awareness of that. But as I said, there is still this undercurrent that is very old, from decades of the AMA trying to oppress chiropractic. They wouldn't allow them to see any of their patients. So thankfully, you know, it took many, many, many years for the AMA to actually be stopped from oppressing chiropractic, but they have, chiropractic did prevail, and luckily it has been supported time and time again in the court system. So, but we still have this legacy that we carry as chiropractors from all of those years of medical doctors telling all of their patients, don't see a chiropractor, don't see a chiropractor, don't see a chiropractor. Even as recently as a few years ago, I've had people tell me, like, yeah, my medical doctor said I should never go see a chiropractor. And that isn't based on anything other than an old idea that has been carried down over decades and not really based on any scientific evidence. It's not based on any real awareness of the potential of what chiropractic can do. And really, medical doctors have done their patients a huge disservice by not referring to chiropractors. If they're not getting results, they owe their patients the opportunity to heal and to recover and to be healthy again. And as I said, I do see we've been in practice for 30 years and we see a real shift, but it's been very slow coming, and that old idea still hangs around like an albatross. But it is something, the tide is turning because more people are more empowered and they are finding out information for themselves. They're not just accepting somebody's opinion that's been given to them. They're learning for themselves what is right for themselves. And they know through experience that chiropractic is such a valuable tool to regain health and recover and be vital in terms of our expression of our health on a consistent basis throughout our lives. That's just a little history lesson to understand why you might hear this idea around that chiropractic isn't scientific, or chiropractic isn't safe, or chiropractic is a scam. And so you have to get informed, learn for yourself, experience for yourself, and then you will know that none of those ideas hold any water and have any basis in fact at all. And chiropractic is safe. It is incredibly effective.
Thank you for watching. We will see you soon. Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel. I am Dr. Carroll. This is Dr. Meg from the Chiropractic Family Wellness Center in Scarborough, housed in Oasis Wellness Partners. And today we want to talk to you about a very interesting topic about chiropractic and why it is considered to be not a worldwide way of taking care of yourself, and instead is thought of as something that is, how would you say, scammy. What did you say? Turn it! Scammy! Blooper, that's gonna go in the blooper file.
We were absolutely encouraged to Chester Wilkes, and in 1976 he actually brought a suit against.
Should I do this? Not someone's talking. Are you recording?
Yeah, I am, but
They're just waiting for that noise. They wouldn't allow chiropractors in hospitals. They wouldn't allow